Right, good morning everyone. Welcome to Cryptocurrency Morning Review on Saturday, the 3rd of March 2023. It's currently 6:46 in the UK. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world right now. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video, and any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Right, I will just crack on with it now. So, the cryptocurrency market is up 5.04% over the last 24 hours. So, we've got market cap up to $1.18 trillion, which is very nice to see, considering we were below $1 trillion exactly 1 week ago. We've got 24-hour trading volume of $86 billion, and Bitcoin dominance is up to 45.3%. Bitcoin itself has broken through that $27,000 barrier and trading at $27,534 right now. It's up 5.22%. Ethereum has actually broken the $1,700 and has gone as far as $1,800, so that's looking very nice. BNB continues to push up. The majority of the top 10 are all doing very well. Solana's having a nice push up. It's gone up to $22. So anyone that's held on to Solana, well done. It looks like it's making a decent recovery. Cardano is looking good. Actually, across the board, everything's looking good. XRP, fairly flat, really, but like I continually say, until this lawsuit's finished, I don't see much movement there. Funnily enough, for the weekend for us to push up, that's quite interesting considering the institutional traders are away from their desks and it's left in the hand of retail. It looks like there was no profit taken on Friday from the institutions. It's people are continuing to buy in, which is nice to see, especially over the weekend. So moving on to the charts, this is Bitcoin on the daily. You can see we've had this resistance at $25,000 yesterday. That was breached, and we breached the trend line that was on the daily time frames and tested 1, 2, 3, nearly 4 times. On the 5th attempt, it broke through and it's closed above it. It's had a little pullback so far today. Tested it again. You could almost say it's acting as support. So where's the next level of resistance? I have to zoom out to the weekly, really. I would say we've got no resistance until about $30,000. That's not to say we're going to go straight there, because obviously nothing moves up in straight lines, but on the weekly time frame, $30,000. I'm just checking for divergences across the highs. No, nothing there. There's nothing to really say we're not going to look at. That's a beautiful weekly candle, really is. So if you'd have got in last Saturday when things were bad, you've done well this week. Let's move down the time frames to see what's going on there. You can see we're hovering around this trend line, bouncing off it. Slight divergence from this high here to that high there, but there's a lot of bullish momentum behind it, so that could potentially be negated. But you can see there's definitely a bearish divergence there, but no, I don't think there's anything to be overly concerned about. There's so much positivity. Let me just check the fear and greed index to see what's going on. So now on the fear and greed index, we're scored at 64. Compared to last week where it was at 33. So people are buying at the moment. That's what the sentiment is at the moment. But we don't want people getting too greedy, because that's when things start to collapse. When you get like your Gardener talking about crypto, or Paris Hilton or whatnot, celebrities start talking about it, that's when you know like you're coming to a bit of an end. I don't think we're in a bull market yet, but we just have a nice little pump up, which is nice for people to see. It keeps morale up and stuff. Right, so moving down to the hourly. There is definitely divergent activity across these highs. Could be a bit of consolidation around here, but still it's been a brilliant week in crypto, you can't deny that. So moving on to Ethereum, check that on the daily. I imagine it's more of the same. So we did have this resistance at $1,700. We did find a little bit of support at $1,500, so we've been chopping in that range, but now we have broken through that 1,700, and the next level of resistance is at $19,000. Again, there's very clear divergent activity across the highs on the daily. Let's check the 4-hourly. Again, high to high, there's a definite divergence there. I wouldn't be overly concerned about it over the weekend. Technicals play a certain amount of technicals play to a certain extent, but I think when in crypto, not quite so much. Maybe the patterns and whatnot. But when you've got momentum, and people will be FOMOing in, especially considering there hasn't been profit taking on Friday, which usually can be a concern. I think this could continue over the weekend, or if not continue to the upside, consolidate rather. There might not be any buying, but I don't think there'll be any selling. Checking the hourly, again, you've got divergent activity across these two highs, but we've got positive momentum. I think we've got a nice bit of wind behind us, so things are looking good for the weekend. XRP, it's probably still trading between, there you go, between 32 and 42 cents. Not much is happening there. I'm hearing stuff about the lawsuit coming to an end, but I've been hearing that for over 2.5 years now, so I will continue to accumulate at these levels. Obviously not financial advice, but I've been DCAing into this for like 6 or 7 years now, 6 years probably. So once the lawsuit's over, we'll see how that pans out. Onto some of the smaller coins, but my holdings. VeChain, it's had a nice little run up. It's definitely got clear support at 0.019. It's bounced off that. It's broken above its daily 100. It's coming up to test its daily 50, which interestingly enough is above the 100, which is quite a bullish signal. We need to break this 0.026 level and head towards the 0.032. Will it happen over the weekend? I'm not entirely sure. Across the lows, nothing of much interest. Moving on to HBAR. It's broken out of that trend line. I'll take that off now. Not trend line, parallel channel. It's broken out of that. It will probably be using 0.062 as support moving forward. I was buying in this little blue zone, and if it came down to my critical support area, I would have been buying a lot at that sort of level. We're above the daily 100, heading towards the daily 50, which could provide resistance, but possibly not. Like I said, over the weekend, I would expect consolidation, if not more, further movement to the upside, but everything's looking fairly stable at the moment. And the last one I'll check is Solana. It's broken above the $20 level, which has been support for quite some time, but going back as far as January. It did fall through it last weekend, but it's pushed back above it. We're pushing through the daily 50, and hopefully, in the next few weeks we can head towards its $36 level, because that's where the next level of resistance is. There was divergent activity across the highs, but that's been negated now. It's been played out from low to low. No, there's nothing of any real interest, but I'll move down to the hourly just to see if there's anything intraday that could be of interest. No, everything looks nice and stable. They're making high highs. We have had a little pullback. That's just consolidation. You would expect that at this time of day, and it's the weekend. Like I said, I'll keep repeating myself. I'd expect some more consolidation, if not further movement to the upside. I don't expect profit taken over the weekend. That would, if anything, I would have expected that to be taking place on Friday evening, but it didn't take place. So, all in all, in conclusion, everything's looking decent. One more thing I'll do is check the biggest rises of the last 24 hours. Mask Network, not something I'm aware of, but that's up 45%. Conflux, I've been watching that, monitoring that for a few weeks now, and that continually pushes up. This STX has been doing the same. Singularity Net, these things stand out to me because I always check the biggest rises of the day, and this one, Singularity, I sort of regret not getting into it because it's had a lovely run up. Let's look on the monthly. It's been doing very, very well. 7 days. It's just been pushing up and up and up. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there for now because my young son is downstairs screaming for me to unlock the iPad, which I'm going to do. Right, so I wish you all a wonderful afternoon. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video to help me reach a wider audience and therefore grow the channel. Any comments or questions you've got, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a wonderful weekend and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.